Manchester United are taking on Brentford. Now it does seem like there's getting little to play for Manchester United in the Premier League, and I don't know if too many people are excited about this particular game. It's our first meeting in the Premier League against Brentford in the rearranged game. Now the fact that Manchester United have fallen so far behind challenging even for a top 4 place has really put the downer on these games, and they're almost becoming dead rubber for Manchester United because week after week we're performing like shit. And if it wasn't the fact that Manchester United are playing so bad, I think people would still be optimistic that a top 4 place would be still achievable, because other teams around us, you're looking at Chelsea, Arsenal and Spurs and West Ham, have all been slipping up and are not very consistent themselves. But certainly Spurs and Arsenal are definitely playing better than Manchester. Well, all 4 of them are playing better than Manchester United, but Arsenal and Tottenham are in a lot better form than Manchester United in terms of results as well as the performances. That has left Manchester United's chances of getting a Champions League spot looking very, very unlikely now. You generally can get the sense that Manchester United's form isn't going to turn around this season. It just doesn't seem like Manchester United are capable of going on 3, 4, 5 game run where we actually perform well, not necessarily winning all the games, but putting in decent performances. And it just seems so unlikely that Manchester United are going to do that this season. Whether this group of players has got the capabilities to do it, I think they do, in terms of a lot of these players have got that capability of doing that. But this season it just doesn't seem like it's going to turn around under this, whether it's under this coach or why, it doesn't seem like it's going to turn around. A new start to a new season, things could change even with this group. Some of these players in the team, their form could turn around, whether that's because of a new coach, new tactics, or just a fresh start to a season. Maybe some of these players have just give up this season. I know it is a disgrace that some of these players potentially have give up playing for the season and have got their futures on the summer and a start of a new season. That does seem a bit of a disgrace, but it is the case for certain players and certain clubs when seasons are just going to shit and that. But it is what it is, and I don't know, we've just got to see what happens in these games. And there's not really many positives that we can take even if we beat Brentford, to be honest. But it is what it is. We go into this, Brentford haven't exactly been pulling up trees lately themselves. And last time out they lost 3-0 to understudied Liverpool lineup that has seen them without probably their 2 best players in Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, and they were still heavily beaten Brentford against Liverpool. So, but can Manchester United put on a performance that warrants a 3-0 victory? I'm not confident even if Manchester United are at full strength for this game. Whether we will be at full strength anyway, I don't know. But the reports are that Anthony Martial is back in the team. Now, obviously there's been the rumours of whether Ranić was right or whether Martial was right in what both come out and said after the game, the previous game. But Ranić's come out and said that the words were crossed, and it wasn't completely true that Martial refused to completely say wouldn't feature in the squad for Manchester United in the previous game. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems like he wants to leave Manchester United. And to be honest, as much as I've given him stick over the years, you can't really blame him if he's not getting game time that he wants to leave Manchester United now. Whether he could drop his wages, I don't know what could happen, but he's on a big salary at Manchester United. Whether he's training hard enough, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but if Martial is available for selection, I think that Ranić should consider him, because none of the other players are performing at this. A lot of the others certainly are not performing at this moment in time. Yes, Elanga was okay against Aston Villa, but there was no goals and assists from him. He hasn't had any goal involvement this season. Mason Greenwood hasn't had any goal involvement in weeks. And yes, his performance wasn't that bad, but he hasn't been scoring goals or making goals lately. Rashford's been in horrendous form. Jadon Sancho's been playing a bit part. So none of the wingers have been performing well recently for Manchester United. So what worse could we do than put Anthony Martial maybe on the substitutes bench? Maybe he could potentially feature at some stage. Could he score? Could he assist? I don't know. Whether he can put in a decent performance, we haven't seen it for a long while from him. But the other players aren't doing much. So if he's given the opportunity, whether he can take it or not remains to be seen, but can't really do much worse than the others in my opinion. But how the hell we're going to line up in this game, I just don't know. I don't know what his thinking is, whether Rashford's going to be fit for this game. From the team that was rumoured to be flying off for this game against Brentford, there was no Sancho, no Rashford, no Greenwood, no, I think it was Luke Shaw, Diogo Dalot wasn't there, Wan-Bissaka, so there was a lot of players that could potentially miss this game. We don't know the ins and outs. Some of them players will probably be on the plane, but they were rumoured not to be seen at Manchester Airport when they flew off today. So we'll have to wait and see, but if a lot of them players are out of this game, then it could be a bit of a scratch lineup for Manchester United for this game. But if a number of them wide players are out for this game, I would expect him to go with the 4-2-2-2 formation again and play Cavani and Ronaldo as the front two. Then I would say this is going from, so if we're starting at the back, obviously De Gea will be in goal. Then the back four, if Diogo Dalot and Wan-Bissaka are not there, I would expect Diogo Dalot to be in the squad. So I'd expect him to be there. He might go for Telles at left back. Then Lindelof and Varane probably going to be the centre backs he continues with. There are reports that he doesn't rate Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw. So whether them players feature or not, I don't know. But Luke Shaw has been featuring lately. But whether Telles is the long-term solution, I'm not too sure either. The two midfielders are going to be McTominay and Fred, I would expect. I think both are available for this game. Further forward, Bruno Fernandes, and it could be Elanga if the other wide players are not available. I don't think he will shove Anthony Martial straight back into the lineup. He hasn't featured for Manchester United for ages now, and obviously, as I said, Cavani and Ronaldo as the front two. But that is going by the reports that them players were not seen at Manchester Airport. Some of them may be, Sancho may be on the bench or in the squad. Rashford maybe, Greenwood maybe, I'm not too sure. We will just have to wait and see, but if they're not, that would be, I think, a similar lineup to what he will probably go for, I would think. But I'm not too keen on the 4-2-2-2 formation. But if certain players are out, I think he will go with the two forwards of Cavani and Ronaldo up there, if both of them are fully fit and able to play. Ronaldo has missed the last couple of games, but it is a real age in front too, which is a concern for Manchester United. Keep playing it in Premier League games. I mean, you've got an almost 35 and almost 37-year-old forward. That is not normal in the Premier League, and these teams are difficult to beat. If you're playing the likes of the equivalent to Brentford, who have been promoted this season and done very well to get where they are, they're going to avoid relegation, which is a credit to them. But you get the equivalent of that in Germany or France, someone that's got promoted. The top teams, the Bayern Munichs, the PSGs would 9 times out of 10 beat these sort of teams. But in the Premier League, it's very difficult, and these are going to make it difficult. The fans are going to be up for this game. As I say, their first time playing Manchester United in the Premier League era, so their fans are going to want to get one over on Rangnick's team. And I think it is going to be a very difficult game for Manchester United. I'm going to go for this game ending 1-1. They've got some decent players. They've got obviously Ivan Toney up front, who we know is going to be a handful for Manchester United. So they haven't been that bad. I thought they were going to be really down the bottom fighting relegation, but usually sometimes these promoted teams start off well and then they fade away the second half of the season and struggle to stay up. So they're probably not going to finish very high, but they've done well enough in order to stay up. But I think it's probably a draw in this game. I can't see Manchester United somehow going away from home to Brentford to get all 3 points. I think it's going to be probably one step too far for Manchester United the way we've been playing, but we will have to wait and see. But a real good performance is definitely needed from Manchester United. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you see Manchester United going in this game? And everything going on with Manchester United, with Martial now being included back in the squad, what do you think about that? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video if you're watching it on Facebook, and I will talk to you all again soon. See ya.